Not a lot of people know this, but I was actually in a men's chorale throughout all of college. There were about 100 of us, and I absolutely loved it. You didn't even have to be good to get in. We had a couple of tone deaf guys in it. It was basically the closest thing we had to a fraternity at this Christian college. And our director was this incredible man who was extremely passionate about investing in the lives of men. Whenever he would conduct us at concerts, he always conducted us with just pure passion. He knew instinctively and logically that in order to get the best result, he needed to conduct the chorale with more than just hitting the right cues. He conducted with passion and zeal and excellence, and that in turn transformed our ragtag group into one that literally has toured the world performing. You see, the sense of friendship and brotherhood that was cultivated in that group by him was readily apparent to everyone, and we were incredibly intentional with how we conducted ourselves on campus because we knew that we were representing something more than just ourselves. Can I ask you this question? How do you conduct yourself? You see, when Paul writes to the Philippian church, he mentions this idea that the manner by which you live, let it be worthy of the gospel of Christ. In fact, this is what he says in Philippians chapter 1, verses 27. He says, whatever happens, conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. Then whether I come and see you or only hear about you in my absence, I will know that you stand firm in the one spirit, striving together as one for the faith of the gospel, without being frightened in any way by those who oppose you. This is a sign to them that they will be destroyed, but that you will be saved, and that by God. For it has been granted to you on behalf of Christ not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for him, since you are going through the same struggle you saw I had, and now hear that I still have. Why is this so crucial for us? Because I believe how you conduct yourselves will determine how you are shaped. Right? I believe that how we conduct ourselves will determine how we're shaped. I like to think about how rings are made. For a gold ring like mine to be crafted, you have to first melt the gold down and purify it. And that means you need to raise the temperature of that material to at least 1,948 degrees, about as hot as an average day in July in Sacramento. And after this, you pour that into a mold and then tighten up the mold so that the liquid metal can cool and be formed into something beautiful. However, if the mold has a crack in it or some other imperfection, it can actually be exposed to outside influences, which will corrupt what's inside. And the whole thing has to be started over from scratch. See, I believe that the same is true with our lives. To live in a manner worthy of the gospel means to stand firm in the gospel, trusting it with our very lives above all else. The pressure of life then becomes something that empowers us. Listen to me. Pressure and difficulties are not the things that break us in life. All of us go through tough times. All of us experience heartaches and difficulty. And it's not about how much heat you experience or what is poured into the mold. It's all about the mold you're using. If the mold you use in life is the pursuit of your own happiness and contentment, you're going to discover cracks in the mold. And when the heat turns up and the pressure comes, it's going to fall apart. If you stand firm in the gospel and that is the mold that you use, you'll find that the difficulties and pressure won't break you. Even more, you'll discover that they can be repurposed for good. You can actually read about that in Romans 8:28. You see, the trauma, the heartache, that broken dream, that unmet expectation, all of these things can actually be turned out for good for those who love the Lord. God may not have authored the suffering, but in his mercy and love, he can repurpose it for your good. And so live in a manner worthy of the gospel by trusting the gospel. Stand firm and conduct yourself well because Jesus has all authority and he will not forsake us. And I hope this encourages you today.